Hey guys, so today I'm going to be looking at more relationship stories. Yeah, let's just get right into the video. My best friend might be in love with my husband. Where do I go from here? Oh, hell no. My husband and I have been together since we were young teenagers. We got married last year and have a 6-month-old daughter together. She's the light of both our lives as we both came from broken homes and want a better life than we lived growing up. My best friend came a few years later. We used to live in the same neighborhood and casually began to hang out. She lives with both her parents and siblings as she's starting to get a bachelor's degree. At first, she didn't like my husband, said that he was clingy and tried to insert himself into our friendship. She was civil to him because he was my romantic partner. For context, my husband is bipolar type 2, autism and PTSD, and it caused him to be a little socially awkward and miss certain social cues and taboos. I love him regardless of it all. Over the last few years, we have been hanging out a lot more. She comes over for a few drinks, we go to movies, and even visit local attractions together. We all three have a good time, and my husband does try to make nights for just the two of us often too. However, last year, my husband and I found out we were expecting a child together in January. I was working and fell ill because at the time I was working at a fast food place. I threw up and went to the doctor. Come to find out, I was 8.5 weeks pregnant. My life changed and I had become more busy to get myself ready for motherhood. My best friend saw me less and less and we couldn't talk as much. My husband and I got married almost a month after discovering we were going to become parents. That's when our dynamic changed. Recently I applied to school and I'm currently in college trying to get a law degree so I can become a paralegal and get to law school. I'm also a stay-at-home mom while doing college too. I've been super busy. One day my husband gets a text and it's from my best friend. She asks if they can talk as she was upset. He took the phone call with me protesting and a few minutes later said, "Sandra, we need to go get Carla. Her father is picking a fight with her." I get upset as we were watching a movie together and I had just gotten the baby down for bed. We go to her house, which is about 20 minutes away, and she stays with us for a night. As I get our daughter back down to bed, Carla asks to cuddle with the two of us in our bed. I was hesitant. I have issues with claustrophobia due to traumatic experiences as a child. My husband gave the go-ahead. We settle in for the night. Carla's dad apologized and she heads back home. Once she was gone, I blew up on my husband. What he did was not only inappropriate but was disrespectful to my boundaries. Ever since when she has an issue with her dad, she calls my husband and vents. One day, while my in-laws were staying with us, my mother-in-law overheard a convo with my hubby and Carla. She was concerned and asked me if I was okay with it. I said no, not really, but every time I bring it up, he gets defensive, saying that she needs help, that she's going through a hard time, blah blah blah. It is important to note that my mother-in-law was cheated on in the past by her ex, my husband's father. We are extremely close, and she sees me as a daughter. She hates cheaters with a passion, and my husband, who I will refer to as James, was using the same excuses his father did. She asked to speak to him privately and walked to our living room. They got into a heated match and James apologized to me. He said he didn't know that it was hurting me and causing issues in our marriage. I asked him how he would feel if I had asked him if another man could sleep in the bed with us. He kind of deflated and tried to say it's different, blah blah blah. His stepfather, Mark, spoke up and said it is the same, you're uncomfortable with it, and so is she. Quit with the excuses. James respects Mark quite a lot actually. Mark raised him since he was 8 and his own father was in and out of the picture. Once the dust settles, my husband truly apologized to me for his actions and said that he would do better. I kissed him and that was that. However, I wouldn't be right here if that was the end of the issues. Lately, Carla has been calling him 3 to 8 times a day. She says it's because she's bored and has no one else to talk to. I snap. I call him out over the situation, how when she calls he answers, how it is making me feel like a third wheel in my marriage, etc. His response, she's just lonely, you're letting it get to you. That night, I slept in the living room. I'm starting to suspect that she's trying to monopolize his time. She calls him for over an hour each time he calls, they talk, she complains about her life, etc. Almost like she's his girlfriend or something. I'm starting to find this relationship troubling. It's getting to the point that it's affecting my marriage. Where do I go from here? Any advice would be appreciated. Why does it feel like the best friend is the husband's best friend instead of this person's best friend, you know? That's always the craziest thing to me because personally, my best friend's boyfriend would not be my friend unless I already knew him before the two of them met. For example, if I introduced her boyfriend to her kind of thing, right? But if he was not my friend before my best friend, then he's not ever gonna be a friend. I don't even know how to explain it. Obviously, I would treat him like a friend when we're hanging out as a group, right? But like, if they end things, he's not my friend. But yeah, this is just weird. Because instead of like venting to her best friend, she's venting to her best friend's husband. Like what, girl? Your best friend's husband is not your best friend. You're supposed to be venting to your best friend. Oh my gosh. What the hell? And it is the husband enabling it as well, because why is he doing that? Why is he being like, she just needs someone to talk to? Okay, well, that's not gonna be you. Okay, you don't need to be the someone that she needs to talk to. All right, you are putting that person over your wife's needs, and that's just not it. And it's just crazy, the double standards, you know. He's like, yeah, sure, come in and cuddle with us. And then when his wife brings it up, the same thing with the opposite gender, he's like, no, you can't do that. That's different. Okay, so you can cuddle with another girl in the same bed, but your wife can't cuddle with another guy in the same bed? Wow. But yeah, I definitely do feel like the best friend has feelings for the husband, because the more you talk to someone, the more you're familiar with someone, every single day you talk to them, every single day you start developing feelings. Like, it doesn't matter. You start developing feelings. And that is why when you show your friends a picture of the person that you like, or your crush, right? Your friends are going to be like, that's the person you like? Because even if he's not attractive, you just end up liking him. Because every single day you familiarize yourself with him, and then you just develop feelings. There's an update. This update is hard. Everything about this situation sucks, and I don't know if I'll be okay for some time. Baby and I are currently staying with my friend Tanya. To start, James and I are getting a divorce. Carla is no longer a friend to me or our mutuals. The betrayal is too deep for her to be friends with our group. As most of you assumed, James and Carla are indeed having an affair. Oh my god, I didn't assume that. I just thought, okay, well. It started about 3 months ago and just turned physical 1 month ago. They were planning on just up and leaving after James served me divorce papers. They used the ruse that he was helping her get through emotional issues to hide the fact. I was crushed. She wanted to clear the air before it got worse. That was when she dropped a huge bombshell. James was going to try and get me to terminate my rights to my child in order for Carla to adopt her. The reason? My borderline diagnosis a few years ago made me unfit to be a mother, and he was sure that courts would agree. She then handed me 2 separate stacks of paperwork and left. I am contacting a lawyer as I'm writing this. Wow. The audacity these 2 people have. I was seriously hurt. You guys were right. Carla was a snake and only told me this so she wouldn't feel guilty. However, I'm not letting my soon-to-be ex-husband bully me into termination of my rights. I called him afterwards and got very heated about what was going on. James just sat there in silence. I was crying afterwards. I pleaded with him to tell me what I did wrong. For a little bit of backstory, I had a near-fatal complication with my delivery of our daughter where I bled my entire labor. I had to have 2 blood transfusions and haven't fully recovered from it. I was not cleared for any extraneous activity for 3 months, including sexual activity. James was getting unsatisfied with all my doctor's appointments and not getting the sex that he wanted. I was hurting and ended up needing another procedure to remove some placenta that didn't naturally come out. I had to have my tubes tied because if I had another child, it would kill me next time. James wanted at least 2 more kids, and this put an end to his plans. Honestly, guys who think like this, like, if it's not your body, not your decision to tell your wife how many kids she should have. It's so crazy that she almost died and he doesn't even care. He's just thinking about himself, that selfish little bitch. I married a monster. We were together since we were 15 and this is how he repays me. I thought I knew him. He was acting so caring and nice to me. I'm absolutely heartbroken. I'm not even sure if I'm going to update this anymore, but if I do, it will be after the divorce settles. Thanks for all your concern. I'm going to step back and take some time to adjust. There's no chance for a healthy co-parenting situation. I'm fighting for primary custody with supervised visits. Carla would not have any access to the baby, as I will ask the judge to make a clause preventing her from interacting with my daughter. Thanks for all the advice. But can they even do that though? I mean, like, if your spouse cheats on you, can they really be like, I want the kid for myself? Like, they shouldn't be getting anything. Like, if they have an affair, right? Can the affair partner really take the kid from you? Just because you have a disorder? Like, it doesn't make sense. You know, like, you can control your disorder with meds. But if someone betrays you like that, they're not going to treat the kid well. See, people, if your best friend is ranting about problems to your partner instead of you, that's a red flag. especially if they met your partner because of you. Because your best friend should be ranting about problems to you. Alright. What the hell? Well, that's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Tell me in the comments down below what your thoughts are. And as always, thanks for watching. Hope you guys liked it. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye!